JBs are back. We're talking Buffy. We're talking Angel. They're both here this week. Penultimate episode of season 3 of Angel. Zombie Holtz, as Logan likes to call him. All about that. We've got Buffy seeing red, one of the most controversial Buffy episodes. If you go to any Buffy forum, you're likely to see some sort of argument happening about this episode. So, what an episode we have this week for you on the podcast. Buffy's Angels. I'm Daniel Ehrenberg. Logan Adair, how's it going?
It's going great. I had a fun time watching both these episodes, honestly. They were both shocking. I don't know if in the best ways or not, but I assume seeing Red's controversial in a few ways. The Spike
Yep,
stuff and also the ending.
correct. Yeah.
So
That's all a big deal. I wouldn't call it a fun episode to watch, but
no, but
Logan's a little different than us.
it's true. Well, they were just surprising, I guess would be the word.
Yeah, yeah. This is a major crossroads in Buffy fandom. A lot of people split here. Let's get into it. That one aired first, so let's talk about it. May 7th, 2002. Not much going on. So let's just get straight into the episode.
Oh, wow.
Really, I mean, it aired opposite that '80s show, so that was on at this point.
What's that?
Oh,
That's a real thing?
yeah, they tried a that '70s show spinoff, that '80s show.
Okay.
Yeah, it only lasted for one season. Notable for having Glenn Howerton in it pre It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Is he the lead?
And he is the lead.
Oh.
And it also has, I think, like the whole premise of it was like the where, like, I don't even know, like one of the locations was the same. Like
So
it
it's
was
not
like,
related to the family?
yeah, like it takes place in the town in the '80s, and like the place where they used to like go have lunch or whatever like is now a record store, and so like it takes place at that record store. People are working there.
Well, it's very similar to the first one because Hyde's father owned that record store. We got a lot of scenes at that one record store, right? The
Yeah,
frat father.
yeah, but I
Who
think
was
that
that
was
actor? I feel like that's
after that
somebody.
'80s show got canceled.
Oh, weird. And then the
Yeah,
new one is that 90s show, so they really just kept it going. Is that right?
right, but that '90s show is directly tied to that '70s show, whereas that '80s show isn't.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, it
I
is.
always like that show's in Wisconsin. Not a lot of like shows are set in those types of places. That's kind of cool.
Hey, I agree. Sorry, I have fixed my
A lot of them are like
headphones.
New York or California.
No, I always appreciate when shows take place in interesting environments. It's why I got frustrated when I was watching Nip Tuck earlier this year, uh, because the first 4 seasons of the show took place in Florida, like southern Florida, and that was like
Hmm.
an interesting location. And then for the last 2 seasons, they moved to Los Angeles, and I was like, well, I've seen this show before.
Yeah, way less interesting. But
Yeah,
location can really make a show.
I agree. All right,
They made
let's
4 NCIS location shows. That's how cool locations are.
yeah.
NCIS New Orleans, NCIS Miami.
There
You
was
know
no
the deal.
NCIS Miami. There
All
was a
right, I'm making
CSI
stuff up.
Miami.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
making stuff up.
Jesus Christ. All right. Let's do it. Stephen DeKnight wrote this episode. This is his final episode of Buffy because he bails after the season to go write for Angel.
Oh well.
Um, and I think he writes the season 4 premiere of Angel. And Michael Gershman is our director. He's the fellow who's usually the DP, and they let him direct a few episodes this season. This is his second one this year after Older and Far Away. I think notably his first episode ever was Passion, where Jenny Calendar was killed off, and now he
Oh
gets to kill
shit.
off Tara. He's a fucking serial murderer of all our favorite characters.
Well, favorite
Um,
might be a stretch, but yeah.
all right.
I thought they laid it on super thick this episode with Tara and Willow. It was like a little annoying.
Interesting.
You
Okay.
didn't think so?
They were just like too happy.
Too fucking happy. And Dawn every second was like, "Oh my god, you two are back together." She like leaves so they can fuck that night. It's like, It's crazy how happy they are. And they're like
Yeah.
they're selling it so much. I didn't buy it.
Did you see it coming that she was gonna
No,
die?
of course not. But when it
Okay.
happened, I was like, all right, that makes sense why they were selling it
Yeah.
so hard. I mean,
I
shocking. Of course I didn't see it coming.
I'll tell you one thing about this episode, and that is
Only
that
one thing.
well,
What are you even here for?
fuck
He's
off.
gonna tell us one thing and then it's just gonna be me the rest of the episode.
God damn it. You know how I used to write a column about Buffy?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's something. I this was the week the first column I ever wrote.
Oh wow. So this whole time you were just
Oh
like,
wait, it's not even true. I
oh
just
my
looked it
God.
up and it's a couple months later, but it was about this episode.
So this one
Um
inspired you, really? Like you got I gotta write something about Buffy.
right, January 9th, 2003. This is it. I have it pulled up here. My first ever article about Buffy. It's called Spoiler Free is the way to be. And it's because this is the first time in history that I was really spoiled on a major event happening in a TV show.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it had come out that Tara was going to die in this episode.
How did that come
And
out?
they're like this website. Do you remember Ain't It Cool News?
Yes, I've heard of that.
Okay. Well, they used to get uh oh like early copies of scripts for Buffy. They had some sort of connection. And they would write little like reviews of the scripts before the episodes even aired. And I started reading those this season.
I
And so
think
like
you can review this episode without saying Tara dies. That's their fault. Why do they have to do that?
no, but that was their whole thing. Like Ain't It Cool News was devoted to spoilers. It was one of
Oh,
the
okay.
it was an early thing on the internet that did this. Like you were that was like the point of the website. Like
So
if
then
you
it's your
wanted
fault
to
for
know
reading it.
shit, yeah,
Why are
you
you
know,
doing that? That's what my
uh
mom does. She'll start a show and then she'll like read, she'll like look up the show and spoil herself on what happens. It's like that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
no, I know, but I was just all it was I was 15 years old and obsessed with Buffy, and I need to know what's happening. You know,
Mm-hmm.
um, there. So I knew that Tara was gonna die like months in advance.
Lucky for you, there's another shocking thing in the episode though.
Yeah, that's true, but it was like it made me really
Yeah,
like go.
spoiler free is the way to be. That was your takeaway. I agree with that sentiment.
But I just remember like the whole article was like about how like shocked I was when Miss Calendar died in season 2. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't imagine like going into that episode knowing that was going to happen, and I was so disappointed in myself. I was like, I'll never be able to experience this episode not knowing that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. Um. So there you go.
It's like this Big Brother season. You know what's gonna happen. It's not as fun as the other ones.
Agreed.
That's like maybe that's how Big Brother 8 was. I think you knew that Dick was gonna win, didn't you? So you didn't even want to finish it.
Well, yeah, and it was also just like if here's the thing, like if Dick wasn't such a fucking asshole, like I'd have been interested to like watch his path to victory.
Right. It was his own fault. You
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
continue. I get it.
All right. Logan,
Yep.
talk about
I'm
it.
surprised though. I kind of thought you were writing the column this whole time. Like season 3 of Buffy.
No, 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 no. I was not even I didn't have a computer when season 3 of Buffy aired. Like I
Maybe season 4, 5.
no, I it started later. I'm looking at it right now. January 9th, 2003. So it was like midway through season 7 that I started writing the column.
Wow.
And so I remember writing the about the last episode like the night it aired. But that was like the only time I ever did that.
When Buffy ends, are you Angel only?
No, no, no. The column I was able to write about anything. I even wrote a couple Firefly episodes. I mean, not episodes, articles.
Right. So you're
Yeah.
just doing whatever you want. So we start out, we open the way I just complained. Willow and Tara naked in bed. They're like, "Oh, that was fucking great. That was awesome." And Willow, this is where Tara basically spills the beans that Buffy's been hooking up with Spike, right? And I
Mhm.
like that part where Willow has that face, and Tara's like, "Well, Buffy was probably scared you'd have that face, sort of like the one you have right now." Willow, good act. Willow's really good in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah,
Better,
she
better
is.
than Tara. Tara was a little out of time. She was my MVP in the last episode. I thought she was a little. She was just selling it so hard. I don't know.
She was really not happy about this.
Yeah, I can imagine. So it's just so. I don't love deaths like this either. That they're just so sudden and pointless. I don't know. I know
Well,
that's how
yeah.
life is, but
Yeah, that's sort of the point.
I no, I get it. But yeah.
Mm.
So, and then Dawn, she's like, "Oh, you guys are doing it. That's great. I'm gonna go to my room and not listen to you guys. Have fun." So, whatever. And then Buffy, she finds the nerd's place. She kicks down the door, and then those saws come in and try to kill her. They like destroy the house. That was pretty awesome, I thought.
Yeah, big buzz saws. I thought that shot was cool.
Yeah, they seem like they really like that was real because you saw Buffy
Yeah,
and you saw like all the wood flying around behind her. Like that was all really cool, I thought.
yeah.
And then we go to the credits. We get home, and then
The credits. Did you notice anything about the credits?
no, what happened?
They added Amber Benson to the opening credits for one episode.
She hasn't been in the opening credits.
Nope, she's been a guest star this whole time since she debuted in Hush. And for this episode, they put her in the opening credits, so it was to shock like when I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's because she dies this
That
week."
seems cheap. Yeah, I don't like that.
Well, Whedon had been wanting to do this forever. He pitched it when the show first premiered. Like he wanted to have Jesse in the opening credits of the pilot episode.
That's good. That would make complete sense to me.
Okay,
But
but
Amber Benson, she's been here the whole time to put her in and then take her out. Like I kind of don't even like that. I didn't even notice, but
yeah,
that's kind of stupid. Cool for maybe they did it for her. Like we'll put you in the opening
yeah.
credits.
That's how I always saw it. Like, let's honor you. You were an important
That's
character on the
fine.
show. Yeah,
Whatever. But Willow and Tara, they walk down. They're like, "All right, we're ready for action, Buffy." And then they're like, "But not that kind of action." Oh, we don't mean that kind of action. And then they like start making out with each other. Whatever. By the way, Joyce photobomb. Did you catch this?
really? No, I didn't.
There's a picture of Joyce in the background of this scene. Very cool. And so Buffy, I don't know. We talk about Anya and Xander and Spike. We're like, let's not get them involved this week. They need their own. They need a week off, basically,
Yeah,
from
they
last
got their own
episode.
bullshit.
Yeah, so that'll be cool. And then but we cut to Anya. She's talking to this girl. Did we get the girl's name?
Yeah, we did, but I don't remember.
I don't either. But she's crying about Carl. This guy Carl cheated on her with her ugly fat sister. That has to suck. But Anya, the girl keeps trying to make a wish, like, and I wish that. But Anya's just complaining about
Well,
Xander the whole time.
at first, Anya is trying to get her to make a wish,
Yeah, she's just trying to
and
like,
then
you wish.
right, but then she gets so caught up talking about Xander that when she's actually doing it, she
Love this scene.
yeah, she misses it.
Very cute.
Her name is Christine. I just looked up the
No, she is good.
yeah.
Not definitely not my OVP.
The actress's name is Amy Hathaway, not to be
Okay.
confused with
Anne
Anne
Hathaway.
Hathaway.
I did remember Amy Hathaway in the credits because I had to like double take. I was like, what? Amy Hathaway. So the nerds, I wrote Warren has a shock stick.
Does he?
Yeah, it's like a shock stick. Yeah, there's no other way to describe that. It's a
Okay.
stick that shocks you. But they made Andrew be the bait, and he was like, I don't want to be the bait. You guys be the bait. And then Warren tells Jonathan, all right, now you have to kill the thing, and he gives it the knife or like to cut it open, get the little orb things out.
Right.
So that was pretty cool.
Because Jonathan, they have to go through this mystical barrier that only these demons can go
Right,
through.
right.
And so Jonathan has to like wear a skin suit of that dude. It's like that episode of The Walking Dead where they like
Yes, that's
wear
what I thought.
zombies. Yeah.
Like the first or second episode.
Right.
Totally. So love this part here where Spike has a glass of blood, but then he tops it off with a little bit of alcohol.
Yeah, sure.
That was very funny. Have we seen that yet? Buffy?
I don't know that we have.
I thought that was very good. But Dawn stops by and she's like, "Hey, I'm going to Janice's." So the another Janice mention.
You love, yeah. When she mentioned Janice, I popped for you, Logan. I was like, Logan's gonna be so excited. Amber Tamlin's getting brought up again.
Yeah. Well, it's very cool, I think. Um, so and she's like, I'm here so that like Willow and Tara can do it or whatever. And she's like, why aren't you hanging around anymore? And he's like, it's tough and me and Buffy. And she's like, well, why'd you do that thing with Anya if you like Buffy so much? And he didn't know she saw on the cameras, but she did.
Yeah.
So I bet he's probably wondering like what all she saw. That's like everyone probably saw your dick, you know?
I mean, I don't know. It's like security camera footage.
But you're just
Even
like
even
walking
if you
around
saw
thinking
it,
that. You just assume
that's
everyone did.
that's true. But like, I feel like even if people saw it, they didn't get a real good look at it.
I don't know. Who knows? Um, maybe it's so big that you would get a good look at it. Maybe you wouldn't get a good look at the smaller ones, but his would be so prominent on screen because it's so large.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. She's like mad at Spike for doing that to Buffy, whatever. And then we go to the nerds. Yeah, they do that thing where the Nesla demon or Nesler.
I
I wrote two
guess.
different
Yeah,
things. I
they're
think it
like the
autocorrected.
orbs of Nezakar or something like that.
Nezlacon, I wrote down.
There you
Yeah.
go. Good job.
So Warren gets those things and they're like, "Oh, are we gonna like take turns or something?" And Warren's like, "Yeah, yeah,
Eventually.
that's what we'll do. Take turns."
At this point, like Warren and Andrew are openly plotting against Jonathan.
Yes, they say when Jonathan goes in the kit, goes through the portal to get the orbs, they're like, "Well, after tonight, he won't be a big deal, you know."
Right. He's not necessary anymore.
Right. So whatever we have planned, he after this, we don't need him.
I also
Um,
feel like they went all in on Andrew just having a crush on Warren in this
yeah,
episode.
totally. Like he's gay now, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotta guess.
Well, they kind of made it seem like Warren was a little too, or like Warren was selling the dream
I
to
I
Andrew.
I think that's what it is. I think Warren's leading Andrew on.
Yeah, because he's like maybe he doesn't even love uh doing this thing with us or whatever he said. Like he was making it seem like he loved him or something crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah,
hanging out with us. I think he
they
says
love hanging out with
hanging out with
right.
us. Yeah.
Very funny. I'm on board, Andrew. Now that I know him,
Oh, great, great. Yeah, and
I did like him this episode.
I also like the moment where he he like topples over that car and they cut to Andrew going like, I want those orbs so bad.
Yeah, he's very funny this episode. I think in retrospect, I'll like him more now that I know all this stuff. Maybe I just
Yeah.
didn't get it. I didn't know
No,
what he was
no, no, for
doing.
sure. Like when I first watched this season, I just like the joke was like he's the nobody. Like I remember being frustrated at first. Like, why couldn't they just like figure out a third? Like, there's got to be someone else they could have used that had been seen on the show previously, you know. But
Yeah.
in hindsight, I like that it's just like some rando that no one recognizes
Yeah, I'm
and
on board.
turns into a fun character.
And he's a good actor, right? He didn't you say he's on other stuff?
Yeah, Whedon likes this guy, Tom Lenk. He's in Cabin in the Woods,
Oh
and
yeah.
he was used again in uh fuck something else.
I
Oh,
don't know.
that he's in that Much Ado About Nothing film
Oh,
that
really?
Whedon made. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I gotta watch that. We go to Xander's apartment. Very fun. First scene in the replacement, obviously. Buffy goes. It's like a huge mess. I love that shot of the table. Like everything is. It's very obvious. Like whatever. And then, but that weird moment here where Xander's like, he says, "I think there's still a cold one in the fridge." I think that someone in Xander's state who's drinking constantly would know for sure if how much beer is in the fridge.
Unless No, you're right.
You know,
Like
always, because
no,
you're like,
no,
I got to
I,
go
I
on
was
a beer
I was gonna
run.
say unless he's had so much to drink that he's lost track. But
No, you
I
always
mean,
know.
I was drunk for a decade and I never lost track. I always knew if I had more
Yeah, because you're like,
alcohol.
today's the day. I don't have to go get some, and then like
Right, right.
now I
One
do have
hundred percent. Yeah. Except every day was the day I needed to get some.
to. But that struck me as really odd. I think there's still a cold one. You'd know, but and then a weird moment here. I don't know how to feel about
That
Xander.
was so Lux. I just had that rememory. I was gonna say,
Remember,
but like I do remember like when you woke up in the morning and you like still had like a 24-ounce of beer in the fridge and like maybe a bottle or two, and you had like you had just started like a bottle of whiskey like the night before. Like it when you knew like I won't have to go to the liquor store or the bodega today.
yeah, best day ever.
That was such luxury. That was an amazing feeling.
Yeah, that's why that was like, whoa, that I don't think that was not real to me.
Yeah,
So,
that's fair.
but Buffy, she says one thing talking about they start talking about Spike, the whole thing about Spike, and Buffy's like, don't worry about that. It's over with me and Spike. And then Xander is like, yeah, there seems to be a lot of that going around these days. Like a lot of it's overs. Xander did that. That was fucked up. Xander did that to Anya, the it's over part. All Anya did was return the favor when he couldn't commit back to her.
I
What is
know.
that? What is that, Xander? I love you, but that was you got to
You
get
ever
over it. It's your fault.
you ever dump somebody though and have like buyer seller's remorse?
What I kind of do the Xander thing where I just like don't commit myself and then like I let people move on and be
I know
happy.
you do.
It's like it's really sad, but I feel like it's
It,
necessary to
I
do.
think it's a little bit noble on some level because at your age, I was like such a serial monogamist, and I was constantly like I had
I'm
some
trying to be
bad.
smart about my life
Yeah, no,
in that
I
sense. I mean, other
I
things
feel
I'm
like there
stupid
was.
about.
I remember like I dated this girl for like 13 months and like it was near the end like I knew we needed to break up but it was tough because it was like her birthday and then like 2 weeks later was Valentine's Day. And so like I broke up with her like a week after her birthday, but a week before
Oh my
Valentine's
god,
Day.
the
And it was
sandwich, the breakup sandwich.
yeah, I know it was horrible.
Yeah, I think you gotta wait until a week after Valentine's Day at
I
that
think
point.
you're right. I fucked that up.
You could have gotten a great Valentine's Day. What'd you do? You were probably so sad on Valentine's Day. Like, doing nothing. You could have had a good Valentine's Day yourself too.
Yeah, but it felt I don't know. I think the birthday was a bummer. Like it felt like I was playing a role or something, and I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to do that again.
No, you probably did the right thing.
Yeah.
Um so then Xander, like he walks off and he goes and visits the magic box. Anya's in there dusting and he's like looking inside the window, like, I thought they were gonna interact, but he just kind of walks off.
Hmm.
I wrote music question mark. Apparently there was a song playing in this scene.
Oh, yep. This is they play an Azure song. I was really excited. It's one of my favorite songs of all time.
Holy really?
Yeah, I'm not even joking. Like I still listen to this song regularly.
I thought it was pretty.
Yeah, it's called Displaced. You should play it at the end of the episode.
I will do that. Yeah.
It's by this band Azure. They were on Bright Eyes' record label. I think the main girl Maria Taylor was actually in a relationship with Connor Oberst from Bright Eyes at the time, and she this song was also played prominently on a season 2 episode of Felicity, and that's
Mm.
what I mainly remember it for. Actually, like
Oh wow.
when it showed up on this Buffy episode, I was like, "Holy fuck, displaced!"
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a really yeah gorgeous song.
Oh, wow, I didn't know. All right, I'll listen to it again. I mean, I'm gonna play it at the end, so I'll have to listen to it again.
Mm.
But yeah, another great scene here where we're selling us on Willow and Tara. We're like, and I don't need to be sold. Like, I love these two already. Like, I don't.
You've long bought in.
Yeah, I don't need to be sold. But Willow is like doing some. They're naked in bed. Willow's doing some research, and they're like, "Wow, they're cooking up an evil scheme." And then Willow's like, "I've got my own evil scheme going on." And then she like starts going down on Tara.
Right. My evil scheme is to lick your clit.
I feel like what I said took care of that. I feel like you
Right,
didn't need
right,
to
right.
then double down and make it
No,
grosser,
no,
but you did. That's you
that's
did
what I do.
it. We go to the bronze and Xander's there. I feel like this woman was like really hitting on Xander. What do you think?
Oh yeah, she for sure was. And I want to. I know Josh is a listener of this show, and I saw "Dude, Where's My Car" in theaters with Josh, and I
Okay.
just want to point out that this woman hitting on Xander at the bar was one of those jumpsuited alien babes from "Dude, Where's My Car."
Holy shit. Well, shout out to that. Shout out to Josh. That's very
Yeah.
cool. Um, so yeah, but Xander just like didn't see it, didn't understand what was going on or something. I
No,
don't
he
know.
he did. He understood,
He
and
didn't
he
care.
was just like he specifically said like I need to be alone tonight. Like, and I was watching Xander in this moment, being like, yeah, man, like you're gonna think about this night years in the future because I think about times like this. Like back then, you have so many opportunities with women that some nights when you're not in the mood to hang out with women, you could just decide not to hang out with women. But then like that when you're my age, Logan, you like think back on these nights. It's like that girl at the bar was hitting on me and I
Yeah.
could have
A
fucked her.
real woman was hitting on you.
Right, right.
Yeah. It's but Xander's the man. I assume he'll get lots of more opportunities in the
I
future.
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah. And so, but then the nerds come in. They come into like the bronze. It's pretty crazy. But then we go to, I like this part where Buffy's fighting a vampire and he kicks her through a headstone. I never seen something like that before. That was really cool.
Yeah.
They did that. That was awesome. And then Buffy, oh, this is the scene. Oh my God. Here we go. So Buffy gets home. She's like really sore. She's about to get in the bathtub. And I felt like this was weird because we never see this. Like we never see Buffy in the bathroom. I knew something weird was happening. Um, but she's like bruised and whatever, about to get in the bath, and then Spike comes in. I thought it was
Yeah.
weird. He didn't knock or anything. He just like shows up. He just like walks right in. Um, and I mean, he just tries to rape her basically. I don't really know how else to say it.
Yeah. It's the lines are blurry in their relationship, I will say. So, like, while it has to be called an attempted rape, I
Mm-hmm.
sort of can understand it from not from like from doing it, but like just from his perspective because like there have been so many times in this relationship where she has said no to him and then like he has like pushed himself on her sexually only to like have consensual sex with her.
He never
And
broken into her bathroom and pushed her on the floor and while she's screaming, no, no, no.
I know I know that I'm this is rape, and I think he understands that, and I
That's
think
why he
you see
leaves
the
town.
I think you see the moment in his eyes where he understands it, and it's why he's obsessing with over the chip. He's having like an existential crisis afterwards because it's like, who is he at this point? Like he's still capable of doing this kind of evil, but everything's gotten so blurry in his mind. But I mean that's what this is, and it's a lot of people's favorite Buffy character attempting to rape the title character of Buffy. Like that's a difficult thing to talk about in the context of this show that
So why
people
does
love
it even
so much.
happen though? Like why that could easily just not be a thing.
Um,
Maybe it's
I
important. I don't know.
I can't say it informs things that Spike does.
Okay.
Um, but a lot of people will say we'll when the time comes we can revisit this, and a lot of people will say this wasn't necessary for that.
Yeah. I guess I'll
Uh,
have to see where it goes, obviously.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But here's my prediction. I think Spike's gonna be show up on Angel.
Okay.
I think that'll be cool. I don't know for how long or when he'll be back on Buffy, but I think it'd be cool for him to pop in over there.
I
I feel like
think
they have some unfinished business, probably.
yeah, well, yeah. I think it's shocking in this scene that there's no score.
Hmm.
There's nothing. It's just like this dead silence of Spike pushing her on the ground and trying to force himself on her. It's
She's
really hard.
amazing here. She's so good.
Yeah, yeah. I think he's really good too.
Yeah, yeah, they
But
both are. But and
um
her back, like when it hits the bathtub and like she almost breaks her back. That
that
was,
looks really painful.
yeah, seriously. I
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um
rough stuff.
it is, yeah. I realized actually because there's no score that the score is a major problem, I think, that the last few seasons of Buffy has.
Oh, interesting.
There's there's a different guy doing it for the last two seasons and change. Like there's all right, so there's a there's a different person in season one. And remember, we hated the score in season one. We were like, this
Really?
show's like, yeah, we talked about it. Like the score needs to change. You brought this up without me even prompting you.
Oh shit.
And then it does. Christoph Beck becomes the composer. He's the composer from the first episode of season two um on through season four. He does every episode.
Okay.
And then in season five, he takes a step back to where he only is doing the important episodes. And but he still is. He's like pitching back in for like the the gift and things like that. And then he leaves officially. He works a little bit on Once More with Feeling, but that's it. After that, and I think his presence is I mean his absence is felt.
You could say
Like,
his absence is felt or his presence is missed.
yeah, the guy who's doing it for season six and seven, I don't think he's got the juice. I think too much of
Wow.
it sounds generically television, and I think too much. And he doesn't have an ability to create memorable themes. Beck would do a thing where it's like there's the Buffy Riley theme, so you could bring that back anytime anything happens with them, or like the Buffy Angel theme, or like these little bits and pieces that he can infuse into the show. And I don't think this guy creates anything like that. And so I actually noticed I never really thought about it until like this scene with no music. And I was like, I think it hits harder because you don't have that guy fucking
So that
up.
guy only adds negatively,
Yeah,
basically. He would all
kind of.
he, that sucks. So but next season you said it gets better? Is that what you said?
No, no, he's
Oh
still
no.
there. Yeah,
Oh, I really
and
haven't noticed the music problem.
I think that's why I think Christoph Beck is a big reason why like seasons two to four of Buffy is like the peak.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shout out to Christoph. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool. Uh, yeah. So then the nerds show up in the bronze, and I like this where Warren hits on a girl, and her boyfriend is a guy that Warren knew in high school named
This
Frankie.
is so Warren. It's like he brings the nerds somewhere to do something and like doesn't inform them he's just getting revenge because of
Yeah.
something like from when he
Dead
was.
things. Same thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like they go to like pick up a woman in Dead Things, and he's like, this is my fucking ex-girlfriend that we're gonna pick up. And
Yeah.
here again, like we're gonna stop here at the fucking bronze, and I'm going to like get revenge on an old bully
Show
of
off my
mine.
new power to these people who
Right.
wronged me in the past. Yeah, that's his whole motive for doing all this, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
He's such a small man.
but he's no, he's not. He's really tall, especially compared to Jonathan and Andrew, even. But then Xander comes out of the bathroom and he sees the nerds there, and Warren's talking to this girl. I thought this was interesting, actually. He's like, "Oh yeah, Daddy's gonna do this for you," and then Xander's like, "I don't think Daddy's gonna work. People don't like incest very much." But Xander didn't know Daddy's very over these
He didn't,
days.
yeah, he didn't see that coming.
Wrong,
But
wrong call by Xander
no,
there.
big. That's a big deal. All girls want to call
Want
you
you to call them
daddy.
Daddy. Call her
No,
Daddy.
no,
The
you know.
podcast, the Call Her Daddy podcast,
Yeah.
worth $100 million. So then Xander like punches Warren, but nothing happens because Warren's like superhuman or whatever. And then Warren punches Xander and he goes flying across the bronze.
Yeah.
Pretty
Bust
crazy
his
stuff.
nose open.
Yeah. And then Xander goes to Buffy's house and he notices the coat like down by the stairs, and he goes
Right.
upstairs and sees her on the floor. And he seemed to know instantly, like, oh, Spike did this. I'm gonna go kill Spike. So that's crazy. And then Willow
I'm
comes in too.
Yeah, but Buffy's like, don't just end this night. This is fucking horrible.
Yeah, let's just go to sleep.
Yeah.
Uh, but then we cut to Spike. By the way, you said that the director of this did Older and Far Away.
Yeah.
Clem is back.
Yeah.
Is this the third episode for
Well,
Clem?
no, this is like the fifth.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was on earlier than that episode. I forgot about that.
And he showed up in at the wedding in Hell's
That's the
Bells.
Yeah. I thought that this and the wedding episode. Those are the three I thought. But I forgot he's like earlier than Older and Far Away, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
But he's like Spike's walking around the crypt like having memories about what happened 5 minutes ago, basically. It's pretty weird. I didn't really understand like how did he let himself go and like now he's coming down. That happened. That just happened. What's going on with Spike? I really have a lot of questions. But then, so the nerd Warren tries to rob a bank truck. I always love that in shows. I feel like that happens on Breaking Bad a lot sometimes.
Yeah, it's like the first weekend at an amusement park. So they've got like a big hall.
Awesome. I love stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just said,
I read that they shot this at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I don't know if anyone out there has been there, but
oh, really? I've
yeah.
been to Six Flags over Georgia.
I've never been to a Six Flags.
Well, I only went to one. I've never been to, as I said, I've never been to Disneyland or anything. Six Flags is the only place I have been.
See, I've been to Disney World, but Six Flags, I remember senior year of high school, I was in taking physics, and I knew that at the end of the year, physics took a field trip to Six Flags.
Mm-hmm. You didn't go?
And I tried to like, I hated physics so much that like a month into it, I just dropped it. And like, it was like, that was the only thing keeping me there was like, if I stay in this class, I might get to go to Six Flags, but I have to
might get to do the fear thing on a roller coaster.
Right. But ultimately couldn't make it.
Damn. But the Buffy shows up at the bank truck. She's like, "Not on my watch, motherfuckers!" And she fights Warren, and rocks fall on Warren. And she's like, "Oh, that's good. Warren's dead, basically." But no, Warren's still alive because she didn't know. And fun part here. Oh, Jonathan jumps on Buffy's back and says, "Smash his orbs." Awesome face turn by Jonathan there. He went from face to heel, back to face. He's the best. Something, good night, bitch. Buffy like said that to Jonathan.
Yeah, well, Warren says it to Buffy,
I mean, that's what I meant.
and then Buffy turns it back on Jonathan. I mean on Warren.
Mm-hmm.
And Warren's the type of guy like if a woman calls him a bitch, he's gonna feel really shitty about that.
And then so they try to take off on jetpacks. Fun moment here where Warren and Andrew try to pull off the maneuver on Jonathan. Like, we're gonna leave him in the dust. Let's take off. And Warren does. Yeah. He gets away. And then Andrew tries it, but he like it's the ceiling, whatever he's standing under.
There's like a little like overhang and he fucking bangs into it. Awesome. I like that moment. Yeah, I was waiting for it the whole fight scene. I was like, oh, Andrew's gonna bump into that thing.
And I love the little machines. The jetpacks are cool too. Like, it looked like they really took off. I don't know how they did that, but really cool. Here's where I realized I wrote Andrew's gay. This is where I realized because they're getting taken to jail and he's like making the comments about him. So the moment here where Spike leaves town, he's on his motorcycle. Like, when I get back, things are gonna be a lot different. And then he like throws a cigarette on the ground.
Yeah,
like I didn't know he was a smoker.
What?
But he should quit when he comes back. That's like, what's going to change. That's
literally the first shot of Spike we ever see. He has a cigarette in his mouth.
Maybe I did realize that. I'm just talking. But maybe that's what he should change in his life. He should come back as a non-smoker. That'd be cool.
All right. That would be amazing. Yeah. Like, listen, I know I tried to rape you, but at least I don't smell like cigarettes anymore. Take me back.
Yeah. And that would change you. Like, he would be different.
Oh, stop it.
I mean, when you take something out of your life that's such a big part of your life, it like you have to fill that part of your life with something, and you become a different person.
What do you think he's going to do? Oh, well, you said he's going to Angel.
Yeah, I think he'll be on Angel. I don't know for how long. But, and then the end of the episode, Tara and Willow are they finally have clothes on. They're like, "Oh, look, we have clothes on for the first time." And they literally say that. They're like, "We have clothes on for the first time in this episode," basically. They look out the window and they see Xander. They're like, "Oh, Xander's outside. That's so cool. He came to talk to Buffy. They're going to settle
And they
things."
do. They talk it through. They have a nice chat on a bench.
They did. It was a very cool
Um,
chat.
I really feel like Joss Whedon's original intention was for Buffy and Xander to end up together.
You think so?
And I really do. And I think that Spike became a really popular character. And
Well,
so
don't
he
spoil it
got
too much. We still have another
I'm
season of the
not. I'm
show.
not. I'm just saying he got distracted by that. And I think like the Anya relationship was something he came up with. I don't know. There's moments like this though throughout where like in like big episodes that I feel like he had planned for years that point that way to me.
Or maybe they're just best friends.
I think ultimately that's what we have to take away from it in this moment. But it feels to me like that could have been how it was plotted originally.
I feel like Angel and Cordelia are more soulmates than Buffy and Xander.
All right.
And I feel like I've been saying that for a while that that Angel and Cordelia are soulmates. I think I said that
Yeah.
once when Tim was on.
I think it he might have like it's just Nicholas Brennan and Buffy and Sarah Michelle Gellar have like better friend chemistry than they do romantic chemistry.
Yeah, I
And
think so.
yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, that's why. And then Warren shows up. He's like pissed. Like, who's he mad at? Xander or Buffy? Who?
Buffy, she called him a bitch.
That's the thing he's mad about. He's like, oh no, I'll get my revenge, and he just pulls out a fucking gun, a pistol, starts shooting. It was crazy. Buffy gets shot.
Yeah.
And Xander like thinks he got shot, and then cut to up in the bedroom. Tara and Willow. Willow got shot right in the freaking heart. Or not Willow. Tara
Yeah,
got shot.
Tara. It is her blood splatters all over Willow, and she
Yeah,
says, your shirt."
yeah. Fucking not a big enough reaction. Maybe it was like too dramatic of a realization.
Oh,
Maybe
I like that moment. I
it's
like
fine. It's fine. But yeah, crazy. Seeing red. That's the title of the episode, and it was like right through the heart. So you gotta feel like Tara's gonna die. And I mean, my question was, is Tara gonna live or die? You started the episode. Tara's dead. So Tara's dead.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, I
Um,
assumed she was.
yeah. So
And then the end, I wrote Willow filled with magical rage.
yeah, I remember I watched this episode with my sister and I got into a fight with her after it because my sister's an asshole. And so
Maybe
at the
to
end,
her, you're the asshole.
no, listen to this. Listen to this story. Tell me which one of us is the asshole.
I'm sure there's more than one story though.
Oh, absolutely. But in this case,
Okay.
so I'm watching the episode with her. I'm already mad at myself that I know Tara is gonna die, right?
Right.
But I didn't know about the Willow's eyes turning black thing.
Mhm.
So when that happened, I like popped really hard. And my sister turns to me and she goes, "Oh, you're excited? They put the color contacts in the actress's eyes."
Wow, she got you. Should have upset you even more.
I mean, like, why do that? What is the point of that?
It upset you.
What
I
a
don't know.
fucking dick.
She was having a bad day.
I don't know.
But you didn't tell her? You didn't spoil her on Terra
No,
dying?
I would never do that to anybody.
Yeah, good for you. That's when you should have said, guess what? I knew Tara was gonna die and I didn't spoil you. Why do you have to be an asshole right now?
No, because I knew it wouldn't mean anything to her. She didn't really give a shit at this point. She didn't watch the show regularly. She did for like the first like 3 seasons or something.
I think
But
that's a funny comment she made. She doesn't care about this show. It's just a funny thing. To you, it's like a huge deal, you know?
yeah,
But to
no.
her,
Like I really looked forward to Tuesday nights. Like that was I watched it live every week. It was really important to me. Like she knew it was like the
oh,
biggest
you
thing
like
in my life. It was my favorite show, the thing I'm most invested in, and she has to
just shitting on
trivialize it like
it.
that in that moment. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's pretty funny. Can't lie.
and it's funny because like looking back on it, it's not even color contacts. It's clearly like a camera effect.
Yeah.
So fuck
Once you
you.
know. Yeah. So you got the last laugh. Look at that. And she never thought about it again, probably.
Yep.
But
Oh,
that's
I
the end.
guarantee you, if I brought this up to her today, she would not remember this happened.
You don't think so?
No.
She might. That seems like really funny. Maybe she'd remember that. I don't know where to
Funny.
rank this. Oh wait, I did. I'm looking at your ranking. I did rank it already, but I feel like it's probably wrong. I ranked it. Oh wait, should we do star ratings? MVP? Did we do 3 stars?
I say 4. I think this is a great episode. Say what you will
It was too
about the.
random for me.
I think
Spike's
it's a.
now raping people. We're shooting our characters.
All right. Well, knowing the context where it fits in the series, I think it's a really crucial episode, and I think it's needed at this point.
So was the first
Um,
one. You want me to tell you where you have Walk to the Hellmouth ranked? That's a crucial episode.
what are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm just firing back.
I think this is better than that. I would give it a 4, and I would say my MVP is probably Buffy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
My LVP is maybe the girl hating on Xander. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that's
Um,
fair. Because
but
it's not Anya's girl doing the spell.
no,
She's very
no,
funny. But
yeah.
yeah, I
You
think
know,
that's probably fair.
oddly, of the guest stars in this episode, the only one like still getting regular work today is the girl Warren hit on. And I don't even think she had a line. Like
She must have.
maybe one or two.
She had like the boyfriend.
Oh yeah, my boyfriend's here.
Yeah.
But anyway, fucking I feel like I had this really high in my old rankings
Well,
for
here's
this
where I
show.
have it. Of 119, I put it at 100 between Double Meat
Oh,
Palace and Reptile Boy.
that's insane to me.
You want me to start last week for you, Entropy?
Uh, no, I think it's way better than that.
Okay. You want me to
Um,
go like Dead Things
it's better than that.
up to like As You Were? I'm doing like this season's stuff.
Yeah.
Up to normal again? No way, it's that high.
Where do I have that?
39.
Yeah, it's not that good. Rank, but count me
Down.
down.
Okay. Living Conditions, Band Candy, Bad Girls around there. Consequences Forever, The Yoko Factor, Superstar, Revelations, Faith Open
Wait,
Trick,
slow down.
okay.
Forever, the Yoko Factor. What's next?
Superstar, Revelations, not
All right.
Hellraiser Revelations.
No,
Was that a
no,
movie?
it was. Yeah,
Okay.
you could put it between Yoko Factor and Superstar.
Wow, you're gonna have it at 46, and I had it at 100. That's crazy. That might be one of our
Yeah,
like biggest gaps ever.
but I think this may play better for you on a rewatch of the series.
Yeah, that's fair. I think this might be the number one biggest gap, like
Wow.
45 spots or 55 spots even. I'm dumb at math. So all right, there is Seeing Red. Crazy episode.